So a little over 3 years ago, I came to our church and said, we need to expand. We need to grow. We'd run out of space here at our Castle Pines location, so I invited our church onto a journey where we would give, sacrifice, above and beyond what we normally give to help our church grow and to make room for more. So the goal for that project was $8 million. And over that 2 years, you guys, because of your generosity, you gave a little over $9.1 million. And because you did that, we were able to build this building here at Castle Pines, the expansion, for cash. We were able to set up a fund to launch 2 new locations of our church. We knew that as you gave, it would give the seed money to start those, but not to complete them. And it's been incredible. The theme for that campaign was to make room for more, and it did. Since you guys started giving to the Build project, a little over 4,000 first-time guests have joined us. We've given away 2,500 of those first step boxes. They have a Bible in them and material where we can help people start growing in their relationship with God. 902 people have gone through our crash course process where they discover their purpose and find a group and learn how to make a difference and serve with their lives. Over 800 more people are attending our small groups, 300 more kids, 300 more students are involved in our ministry. A little over 100 young adults gather every other week here in Auditorium 2 that wasn't even available at this time a few years ago. More missions. We're able to serve more people with our Christmas store locally and around the world, and more baptisms than ever. Establishing these new locations has really worked. It's made room for more here at Castle Pines. But did you know that over 1,400 people gathered on Easter at Lone Tree and in Parker? They're growing, they're working. So why are we doing all this? We're doing this because of people. Because people matter to God. And every single one of those numbers I just said is a person. It's a soul. It's somebody's child. It's somebody you care about. And we've met them where they are and helped them take their next step with Jesus. When we were growing here at Castle Pines and we made our decision to establish new locations, that was because we knew that we wanted to keep reaching people. And we thought, what if we could start these other locations and other pockets in our community where we could meet people where they are there and create an environment where people can connect, small enough to be known, but large enough to make a difference? What if we could carry the message of Jesus and our church into other places, which is why we've established these new locations. And that's always been the heart of Journey. Every single moment, every single season along the way has just been people who said, we love God and we want more people to follow Jesus. And so they gave and they sacrificed so that we could make a way to make room for more. So we're celebrating all that God has done over the last few years. But we know He's not finished. We know He wants to do even more in our community. So we're entering into a season that we're calling Build the Future, where we're thinking about decades and not just days. We're thinking about stretching and sacrificing and setting our church up for the future. I don't know if you know this or not, but there's about 400,000 people who live in our community. And one of the staggering statistics is that only 9% of those people go to church anywhere ever. So that means on any given Sunday, 91% of the people who live in our community aren't connected to a church. They aren't hearing the message of Jesus. They aren't getting the words of hope or direction. And we just want to continue to be a part of that. Over the last few months, really a year, our pastors, our leadership team, our board, we've been praying over what does that look like? What is the next step for us as a church? How do we continue along this path of reaching people where they are and helping them take their next step with Jesus? So we're, as a part of this Build the Future campaign, as a part of this Build the Future project, we have 3 initiatives that we're going to invite you to give towards. The first is our Parker location. We have an unbelievable opportunity to build a permanent home there. The Parker location has been meeting for about a year and a half over at Lehman Academy. Now, we have an opportunity there to acquire and build out a Lazy Boy furniture store that's basically right across the street. It's in a very strategic location at the corner of Parker and Stroh. So thousands of cars drive by every day. We looked at land and building a facility there, but we were able to acquire this facility and are going to be able to build it out for much less than we would have been able to buy property and build from the ground up. At this new facility, we'll have a 350-seat auditorium and kids space and space for adult meetings and offices and things like that, but really 24/7 ministry. We're going to be able to put roots down in that community and grow to about 1,000 people at that location. It's just going to be an unbelievable opportunity. It's going to take about $8 million to finish the purchase and the build out of that facility. Second, we're going to invest in the next generation. We're going to invest $1 million in our kids and student ministry. Why? Because we know our kids are struggling. You know your kids are struggling. Your grandkids are struggling with anxiety and depression and suicide. They need hope and the message of Jesus and direction and wisdom. In our community, of the 400,000 people I mentioned, 90,000 of them are under 18. They're in families. They need our help. So again, we're going to invest in kids and student ministry. We want to help parents know how to navigate the challenges of raising kids in today's culture. We want to raise up a generation of leaders to change the culture. Third, we're going to expand our missions giving. In fact, we're going to give $1 million to missions over the next few years, locally and globally. We're going to expand our Christmas stores where we serve families right here in our community who need help during the Christmas season. We're going to expand our mission opportunities in Mexico, where we've been going with our middle school and high school students. We're going to build a church in Haiti. We're going to build a chapel for our mission partner in Africa. We're going to work with a church planting movement. They're planting churches in Europe. We're going to build a compassion center with a church, with Compassion International in Peru. We'll have the opportunity to sponsor all of the children in that village. So 3 big things in this project over the next couple of years. A $10 million goal where we give $8 million to build our Parker building, we give $1 million to the next generation, and we invest $1 million in our missions. So that's a little bit about what we're gonna do. So you may be asking, what should I do? Well, I want you to think about 3 things. I want you to pray. I want you to ask God, what should we do? Individually, as a family, ask God over the next few weeks, what should I do? How should we give? How should we sacrifice? And I want you to plan. I want you to prepare. I want you to get ready for this 2-year journey. I don't believe in high pressure giving. I want you to have plenty of time to get ready for this. And then I want you to participate. We're going to have an opportunity for every single person who calls our church home to come and make a commitment over the next 2 years. This is what I plan on giving. And you participate, you step in, go all in and go out on faith and say, here, God, here's what I have. Now put it in your hands and you use that. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking the time to pray and ask God and really seek Him about what you should give. I want to thank all of those who have given generously and sacrificially over the last few years to make everything that we're doing a reality. How God has taken your gifts and helped so many people find their way to Jesus. Thank you. Pray, plan, and participate.